stop waiting for the right moment, because it will never come. Every second you hesitate is a second stolen from your future success. The brutal truth is this: determination isn't optional, it's mandatory. If you want to break free from the chains of doubt and fear, you must stop standing still and start acting now. Waiting kills dreams. Action fuels them. The moment to claim your power and change your life is not someday, it's right now. Success demands urgency. It's not a concept open for negotiation or a luxury reserved for the ideal moment. It's a non-negotiable force that separates those who win from those who wonder what could have been. The world doesn't pause for indecision. It doesn't cater to those who hesitate, overanalyze, or wait for the stars to align. The harsh truth is this: while you're planning, while you're waiting for the perfect time, someone else is already doing. Someone else is already turning their plans into momentum, their ideas into reality, and their doubts into victories. Success isn't a reward for those who wait patiently. It's a prize for those who take initiative, who show up before they feel ready, who act when it's uncomfortable. The right time is a lie we tell ourselves to stay safe. It's a convenient excuse that allows fear to dress itself up as logic. But success never belonged to the comfortable. It belongs to the bold, the ones who understand that action breeds progress, even when it's messy or imperfect. Waiting doesn't preserve your potential, it depletes it. Every second you spend idle is a second of your life you'll never get back. Time is the only currency you can earn more of, and the most successful people in the world treat it as sacred. They don't wait for motivation or ideal circumstances. They create those things through movement, through showing up daily with urgency, hunger, and intention. Urgency doesn't mean rushing blindly. It means moving with purpose. It means recognizing that life won't hand you your goals. You must seize them. The clock is ticking on your dreams, your ambitions, your chance to make an impact. What are you doing with that time? Are you letting it slip through your fingers, distracted by doubts and temporary comforts? Or are you pressing forward, driven by a fire that refuses to be extinguished by fear? Because the people who make history aren't waiting. They're working. They're grinding in the dark while others sleep. They're choosing discipline over distraction. They're waking up a mission and refusing to let the day pass without making progress. This is the mindset that builds legacies. This is the fuel that powers greatness. Urgency is not chaos, it's clarity. It's the deep, unshakable awareness that every moment counts. That the life you want won't just arrive. It must be built one bold step at a time. If you want success, you must treat it like a fire that's burning right in front of you. Don't just admire it. Feed it. Let that fire remind you that the only thing standing between where you are and where you want to be is action. Relentless, consistent, unapologetic action. Because at the end of the day, it's not the person who waits the longest who wins. It's the one who moves first and refuses to stop. Procrastination is the silent killer of dreams. It disguises itself as logic, whispers lies about needing more time, and convinces you that waiting will somehow prepare you better. But all it really does is keep you stuck. It traps your potential in a cycle of delay, while your goals drift further out of reach. Every time you say, "I'll start tomorrow," you give away power. Every time you wait for motivation to strike, you let your future slip through your fingers. The truth is brutal but necessary. Procrastination doesn't protect you. It paralyzes you. It robs you of opportunity, momentum, and self-respect. You don't need more time. You need more courage. Those who achieve greatness don't have superhuman abilities. They simply refuse to wait. They understand that hesitation feeds doubt, and that overthinking leads to underperforming. They move even when they're unsure, because they know that action creates clarity. The longer you sit idle, the more fear festers. Doubt becomes louder. Confidence erodes. Procrastination convinces you that you're being careful or strategic, but in reality, you're giving in to fear. And fear, when not faced head-on, becomes a habit. A deeply rooted pattern that drains your drive and leaves your goals to rot in the graveyard of what-ifs. There is no perfect moment. There's only now. And the longer you put off what you know needs to be done, the harder it becomes to start. Momentum isn't something you find. It's something you build, step by step, day by day, decision by decision. Every action you take breaks procrastination's grip on your life. Every time you choose to move instead of wait, you strengthen your discipline. And discipline is where true power lives. It doesn't matter how talented you are if you don't take action. It doesn't matter how big your dreams are if you never move toward them. The world is filled with people who had potential but lacked urgency, who had vision but no execution. Don't be one of them. Your life is not a rehearsal. There are no do-overs. The cost of procrastination is far greater than the effort it takes to act. You either suffer the pain of discipline now or the regret of wasted time later. And regret doesn't show up all at once. It creeps in slowly, showing you everything you could have done, every opportunity you let pass, every dream you didn't chase. But you can choose differently. You can reject the lie that you need more time. You can break free from the paralysis and do what needs to be done today, not tomorrow. Because the longer you wait to start, the longer it will take to win. And make no mistake, victory doesn't wait for the hesitant. It belongs to the relentless, the focused, the ones who act while others are still thinking. Procrastination is the enemy. Your response must be action, bold, immediate, and unstoppable. Determination is the backbone of achievement. It's the force that keeps you moving long after excitement fades, long after comfort disappears, and long after the odds start stacking against you. Talent might open the door, but only determination keeps you in the room. Dreams are meaningless without the discipline to pursue them. Everyone wants success until they see what it demands. It demands grit, sacrifice, consistency, and above all, an unbreakable will. Determination doesn't ask for permission. It doesn't wait for external validation. It's the voice inside that says, no matter how hard this gets, I won't stop. That voice is rare, but it's what separates winners from wishers. When life punches hard, and it will, determination is what makes you stand back up. It's not about feeling strong every day. It's about deciding that quitting isn't an option, no matter how tired, discouraged, or overwhelmed you feel. People often assume success comes from constant inspiration, but that's a lie. Inspiration fades. Motivation wavers. Determination is what carries you through the days when nothing makes sense, when everything feels uphill, and when no one believes in you but yourself. It's the fire that keeps burning when everything else grows cold. It's the unshakable focus that keeps your eyes on the outcome even when your path is buried in obstacles. Every champion, every leader, every world changer you admire didn't rise to greatness through ease. They faced resistance, failure, and rejection, and pushed through anyway. Why? Because their determination was stronger than their circumstances. They weren't driven by comfort. They were driven by purpose. They didn't back down when it got hard. They leaned in. They didn't stop when they were tired. They stopped when the job was done. That's the level of commitment required to build something extraordinary. It's not optional. It's not seasonal. It's not situational. Determination is a daily decision to persist, to fight, and to overcome. You don't need perfect conditions. You need a resilient mindset. The kind that says, I will find a way or I will make one. The kind that turns setbacks into fuel. The kind that keeps showing up no matter how slow the progress, no matter how distant the goal. Determination is what turns effort into achievement. It turns discipline into results. Without it, talent is wasted. Potential is lost. And dreams remain dreams. With it, even the impossible becomes possible. No one hands you success. You earn it with grit. You carve it out of the hardest days with relentless force. And the moment you decide that giving up is not an option, you become dangerous to anything that tries to stop you. That's the power of real determination. It doesn't break. It builds. Fear will not wait. So why should you? Fear moves fast. It invades your thoughts, clouds your judgment, and multiplies with every second you hesitate. It doesn't sit quietly in the background. It grows louder the longer you remain still. Fear feeds on inaction. The more you stall, the more control it gains. And while you're standing still, overanalyzing every move, fear is gaining ground, building walls between you and the life you were meant to live. That's the hard truth. If you don't act, fear wins. And when fear wins, dreams die. Action is the only antidote to fear. You cannot think your way out of it. You can't wait for courage to magically arrive. You can't analyze your way to bravery. The only way to conquer fear is to confront it head on with all the force you've got. That means doing the thing that scares you, even while your hands shake and your heart races. It means moving forward, even when everything inside you wants to run. Because courage isn't the absence of fear. It's refusing to let fear make your decisions. It's standing in the storm and taking the next step anyway. You will never feel completely ready. No one does. Waiting until you feel ready is just fear in disguise. It's fear wrapped in logic, pretending to be wisdom. But real wisdom knows that progress only comes through action. The brave don't wait for perfect confidence. They build it through doing. Every step you take in the face of fear chips away at its power. Every act of boldness, no matter how small, makes you stronger. That's how resilience is born, not through comfort, but through confrontation. You don't defeat fear by talking about it. You defeat it by moving through it. People who achieve great things aren't fearless. They're fearless in action. They feel the same doubts, insecurities, and anxieties, but they act anyway. They use fear as fuel. They turn it into focus. They understand that if fear is trying to stop them, then they're probably on the right path. Fear only shows up when something matters. It signals that you're standing at the edge of growth, at the doorway to transformation. But it's only those who walk through that door who experience the freedom on the other side. Everyone else stays stuck, prisoners to a fear they never dared challenge. So if fear is already here, and it always is, then waiting serves no purpose. You gain nothing by giving it more time to grow. You gain everything by pushing forward in spite of it. Action breaks the chains that fear tries to wrap around your potential. It silences the doubt, shatters the hesitation, and sets momentum into motion. Fear may be fast, but you must be faster. You must be bolder. You must act before fear makes your decisions for you. Because once you step through the fear, you realize it was never as strong as you imagined. It was just waiting to be confronted. Clarity comes through action, not overthinking. The idea that you need everything figured out before you begin is one of the biggest lies holding people back. You can plan endlessly, analyze every angle, map out every possible scenario, and still end up nowhere if you don't move. Action is what sharpens your vision. It's what turns confusion into confidence. The path becomes clear only when you start walking it. Sitting on the sidelines won't teach you what the game feels like. You learn by playing, by sweating, by stumbling, by getting back up. Progress isn't a product of perfect planning. It's a product of forward motion. Overthinking is a trap disguised as preparation. It makes you feel like you're doing something, when in reality, you're doing nothing at all. You become paralyzed by the need to make the right decision, the fear of failure, the obsession with outcomes. But here's the truth. You don't need the full blueprint to take the first step. You just need the courage to begin. That single step forward creates momentum. It teaches you more in seconds and weeks of analysis ever could. Real clarity is forged in the fire of doing, not in the comfort of delay. It's found in testing, adjusting, failing, learning, and moving again. That's how winners operate. The most successful people didn't wait for clarity to act. They acted and created clarity. They made bold moves in uncertainty. They trusted themselves enough to take imperfect steps. They didn't waste their energy trying to eliminate all risk. They accepted that risk is part of the process. They understood that direction is discovered in motion, not in stillness. If you want clarity, you have to earn it through commitment, through trial, through experience. Stop thinking you're lost just because the entire road isn't visible yet. The destination doesn't require you to see every step, only to keep stepping. Confidence is born in execution. When you move, you gain feedback. When you move, you build belief. When you move, you unlock the insight that can't be accessed through thought alone. The mind loves to complicate what the body can simplify through action. You want to know what works? Try. You want to know what's right for you? Do it. You want to stop feeling stuck? Move. Clarity isn't something you find. It's something you create with your actions. The longer you wait to begin, the longer confusion owns you. But the moment you stop waiting and start moving, things begin to shift. You learn what matters. You uncover what you're capable of. You find your rhythm. And with every step forward, the fog lifts a little more. Thinking has its place, but it will never replace doing. Strategy is important, but it's worthless without execution. If you want results, if you want direction, if you want clarity, you have to act. And act now. Because the truth is, action is the sharpest tool for cutting through the noise, the fear, and the doubt that's been holding you back. Comfort zones are traps disguised as safety. They feel familiar, warm, and secure, but that security is an illusion that keeps you confined and small. When you stay inside your comfort zone, you settle for less than you're capable of achieving. You choose ease over growth, familiarity over challenge, and safety over success. The moment you decide to remain comfortable, you build walls around your potential and lock the door to your future. Growth never happens in comfort. It demands discomfort, risk, and the courage to face the unknown. If you want to reach new heights, you must be willing to leave your comfort behind. The comfort zone is where dreams go to die. It's a slow death disguised as peace, a silent surrender to mediocrity. When you choose comfort over challenge, you accept a life of stagnation. You numb yourself with routine and distraction, convincing yourself that change is too risky or too hard. But the truth is, the hardest part isn't stepping outside the comfort zone. It's the regret of never trying. The people who achieve greatness are not those who avoided discomfort. They are those who embraced it. They understood that discomfort is the fuel for transformation. Every time you push past your limits, you expand what's possible for yourself. Change is uncomfortable because it forces you to confront uncertainty and vulnerability. It challenges your beliefs, habits, and fears. But that challenge is necessary. It's the crucible in which strength, resilience, and confidence are forged. When you face discomfort head-on, you prove to yourself that you are bigger than your fears. You discover talents and abilities you never knew you had. You build mental toughness that no easy path can create. The discomfort you avoid today is the very discomfort that would make you unstoppable tomorrow. Staying in your comfort zone might feel safe, but it's a trap that keeps you from experiencing your full potential. It's where complacency thrives and ambition dies. Real growth begins at the edge of discomfort, where uncertainty lives. You must be brave enough to step into that uncertainty, to take risks, to fail, to learn, to keep going even when it's hard. Every breakthrough, every success story began with someone willing to walk away from the known and into the unknown. They chose discomfort over ease because they understood that discomfort is temporary, but regret lasts forever. Your comfort zone may be your home, but it should never be your prison. If you want to break free, you must be willing to face discomfort with open arms. You must choose growth over ease, courage over complacency, and progress over security. The life you dream of, the success you crave, and the person you want to become all lie just beyond the boundaries of your comfort zone. It's time to stop hiding behind safety and start stepping into your true potential. Because comfort may feel good now, but it will never get you where you want to go. Excuses are the language of the uncommitted. They are the stories we tell ourselves to justify why we aren't where we want to be, why we haven't taken the necessary steps, why we settle for less. Every excuse is a barrier you build between yourself and your dreams. It's a way to avoid responsibility, to avoid discomfort, and to avoid the hard work that success demands. But excuses don't change your circumstances. They only change your mindset, keeping you trapped in a cycle of limitation. If you want to break free, you must stop speaking excuses and start speaking action. Excuses are easy. They offer temporary relief from pressure and protect your ego from failure or criticism, but they come at a steep cost. They steal time, energy, and focus. They drain your motivation and destroy your confidence. Behind every excuse lies a choice to either move forward or stay stuck. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is simple. The successful don't make excuses. They find solutions. They take ownership. They understand that challenges are inevitable, but excuses are optional. Excuses are the roadblocks you can remove if you choose to be relentless. When you make an excuse, you're saying, "I'm not willing to do what it takes." You're choosing comfort over growth, fear over courage, and doubt over determination. Excuses are the voice of weakness disguised as reason. They whisper lies that keep you comfortable, but small. The truth is, no one will hand you success on a silver platter. No one owes you an easy path. Life doesn't accommodate excuses. It rewards resilience, persistence, and grit. If you want to win, you must stop negotiating with excuses and start negotiating with your potential. The moment you stop making excuses is the moment you reclaim your power. You decide to be the driver of your destiny rather than a passenger waiting for luck or circumstance to change. You commit to doing whatever it takes, no matter how hard, no matter how inconvenient, no matter how uncomfortable. That commitment changes everything. It shifts your mindset from victim to victor, from passive to proactive. It forces you to look for answers instead of reasons. It pushes you to take responsibility for your results and your future. Excuses are the language of those who fear failure, who fear discomfort, who fear judgment. But fear loses its grip the moment you choose action over apology. The most successful people in the world aren't perfect. They simply refuse to let excuses define them. They move forward despite obstacles. They find ways when there are no ways. They turn setbacks into comebacks. You can do the same. The only thing standing between you and your goals is your willingness to stop making excuses and start making progress. Choose commitment. Choose accountability. Choose to speak the language of action, not excuses. Because excuses don't build dreams. Only determination does. Your future depends on what you do today. This is a simple truth that so many overlook while caught up in distractions, doubts, and delays. The choices you make right now, the actions you take this very moment, are the building blocks of your destiny. Every small step, every decision, every effort compounds over time into something far greater than you can see in the present. You cannot afford to treat today like it doesn't matter, because it does. It matters more than you realize. The future is not a distant dream waiting to arrive. It is a direct result of the life you live now. Time does not pause or wait for you to be ready. It moves relentlessly forward, indifferent to your hesitation or fears. When you waste a day, you rob tomorrow of its potential. When you delay action, you delay success. When you choose comfort over challenge, you stunt your growth. This is why the most successful people guard their present moments fiercely. They treat every day like a stepping stone toward their goals, knowing that the foundation of greatness is built one day at a time. What you do today sets the tone, direction, and momentum for everything that follows. The power of today lies in its immediacy. You can't change the past and the future is uncertain, but today is yours to command. It's the moment where your intentions meet reality, where dreams become plans and plans become results. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't often comes down to how they use their time. Are you spending your days procrastinating, distracted by trivial things? Or are you focused, disciplined, and intentional? Success requires deliberate action now, not vague hopes for someday. Your future will reflect your present habits, choices, and mindset. This means every task, no matter how small, matters. Every bit of effort compounds. Reading a few pages, making a phone call, practicing a skill, pushing through discomfort. These are the actions that shape your tomorrow. Neglecting these moments because they seem insignificant is the biggest mistake you can make. Consistency is the silent architect of achievement. It's the daily commitment to showing up, to putting in the work, that transforms ordinary people into legends. The future isn't about sudden breakthroughs. It's about the accumulation of persistent effort over time. You have more power than you realize in this very second. Your future is not some vague fantasy. It's a direct consequence of your decisions today. You can choose to be passive and let life happen to you, or you can choose to take control and make life happen for you. Every great achievement started with a single choice, a commitment to act despite uncertainty. The moment you embrace that power, you change everything. You move from being a bystander in your life to being the author of your story. Time is your most valuable asset, and the way you invest it today determines the legacy you leave tomorrow. The path to success is paved not with wishes or waiting, but with relentless action fueled by unshakable determination. There will never be a perfect moment. Only the moment you decide to move forward despite fear, doubt, and discomfort. Waiting only strengthens obstacles, while acting breaks them down. Your future is forged in the choices you make today. And the only way to transform your dreams into reality is to commit fully and push relentlessly. Determination isn't a luxury. It's a necessity. So stop waiting. Start acting. Your success depends on it.